Welcome. Today we're diving into the world of hearing officers. You might have heard the term before, especially in legal or administrative settings, but what exactly does a hearing officer do? In this video, we'll break down their role, the types of cases they handle, and the decisions they make. Whether you're curious about the legal system or considering a career in law, understanding the function of a hearing officer is essential. Let's start by exploring the basics and why their work is so important in ensuring fair and efficient proceedings. A hearing officer is a neutral individual appointed to oversee administrative hearings. Unlike traditional judges, hearing officers typically preside over non-criminal matters, such as disputes involving government agencies, employment issues, or regulatory compliance. Their main responsibility is to ensure that hearings are conducted fairly, all parties have a chance to present their case, and the rules of procedure are followed. By acting as an impartial decision-maker, hearing officers help maintain trust in the administrative process. Hearing officers are found in a variety of settings. They often work for government agencies at the local, state, or federal level. For example, you might encounter a hearing officer in a motor vehicle department, a housing authority, or a labor board. Their workplaces can range from formal courtrooms to conference rooms or even virtual environments. Regardless of the setting, their role remains the same: to provide a fair platform for resolving disputes outside of traditional courts. Hearing officers handle a wide range of cases. These can include disputes over government benefits, licensing issues, employment grievances, zoning matters, and regulatory violations. For instance, if someone appeals a denied unemployment claim or contests a professional license suspension, a hearing officer may preside over the case. Their expertise allows them to manage complex administrative rules and ensure that each case is reviewed thoroughly and impartially. While hearing officers and judges may seem similar, there are key differences. Judges are typically part of the judicial branch and handle criminal and civil court cases. Hearing officers, on the other hand, are often part of the executive branch and focus on administrative matters. They usually have more specialized knowledge in specific areas, such as labor law or housing regulations. Their authority is generally limited to the agency or subject matter they serve, rather than the broader powers of a judge. Hearing officers are usually appointed by government agencies or departments. The qualifications required can vary, but most hearing officers have a background in law, public administration, or a related field. Some positions may require a law degree or specific certifications, while others focus on experience in the relevant area. The goal is to ensure that hearing officers have the expertise needed to interpret regulations and make informed decisions. The process overseen by a hearing officer is designed to be fair and transparent. It typically begins with a notice to all parties, outlining the issues and the hearing date. During the hearing, both sides can present evidence, call witnesses, and make arguments. The hearing officer ensures that the rules are followed and that everyone has an opportunity to be heard. After reviewing all the information, the hearing officer issues a decision based on the facts and applicable laws. Impartiality is a cornerstone of the hearing officer's role. They must avoid conflicts of interest and treat all parties equally. Ethical guidelines often require hearing officers to disclose any potential bias and recuse themselves if necessary. This commitment to fairness helps maintain the integrity of the administrative process and ensures that decisions are respected by all involved. One of the key responsibilities of a hearing officer is to gather and evaluate evidence. This can include documents, witness statements, and expert testimony. The hearing officer reviews all submissions carefully, ensuring that only relevant and admissible evidence is considered. By focusing on the facts, they can make informed and objective decisions that stand up to scrutiny. During the hearing, the officer manages the proceedings, keeps order, and ensures that everyone follows the rules. They may ask questions to clarify points, address procedural issues, and make sure that the hearing stays on track. Their role is similar to that of a referee, guiding the process and making sure it remains fair and efficient for all participants. After the hearing concludes, the officer reviews all the evidence and arguments presented. They then issue a written decision explaining the reasoning behind their ruling. This decision is based on the facts of the case and the relevant laws or regulations. The hearing officer's decision can have significant consequences, such as granting or denying benefits, upholding or overturning penalties, or resolving disputes between parties. In many cases, the decision of a hearing officer can be appealed. Parties who disagree with the outcome may request a review by a higher authority, such as an administrative appeals board or a court. The appeals process provides an additional layer of oversight and helps ensure that decisions are fair and consistent with the law. Administrative law is the body of law that governs the activities of government agencies. Hearing officers play a crucial role in this system by resolving disputes and enforcing regulations. Their work helps ensure that agencies act within their authority and that individuals have a fair opportunity to challenge government actions. A common example of a hearing officer's work is in motor vehicle hearings. If someone's driver's license is suspended due to a traffic violation, they may request a hearing to contest the suspension. The hearing officer reviews the evidence, listens to both sides, and decides whether the suspension should be upheld or lifted. This process provides a fair way for individuals to challenge administrative actions. Hearing officers also handle employment disputes, such as wrongful termination claims or workplace discrimination cases. They review evidence from both the employer and employee, consider relevant laws, and issue a decision. This helps ensure that employment laws are enforced and that both sides have a chance to be heard. In housing and zoning matters, hearing officers resolve disputes between landlords and tenants or between property owners and local governments. These cases might involve eviction appeals, rent control issues, or zoning variances. The hearing officer's decision can have a direct impact on people's homes and communities. Licensing boards often use hearing officers to resolve disputes over professional licenses. If a doctor, teacher, or contractor faces disciplinary action, a hearing officer reviews the case and decides whether to suspend, revoke, or reinstate the license. This process ensures that professionals are held accountable while also protecting their rights. When businesses or individuals are accused of violating regulations, hearing officers step in to determine the outcome. These cases can involve environmental rules, health codes, or financial regulations. The hearing officer examines the evidence and decides whether a violation occurred and what penalties, if any, should be imposed. Hearings can be either public or private, depending on the nature of the case. Public hearings are open to the community and promote transparency, while private hearings protect sensitive information or personal privacy. Hearing officers must balance the need for openness with the rights of the parties involved. With advances in technology, many hearings are now conducted virtually. Hearing officers use video conferencing tools to connect with parties, review evidence, and issue decisions remotely. This approach increases accessibility and efficiency, especially for participants in different locations. Sometimes, hearing officers act as mediators, helping parties reach a mutually agreeable solution before a formal decision is made. Mediation can save time and resources, and often leads to more satisfactory outcomes for everyone involved. The hearing officer's neutrality is key to successful mediation. A fundamental responsibility of hearing officers is to ensure due process. This means giving all parties notice of the hearing, an opportunity to present their case, and a fair decision based on the evidence. By upholding due process, hearing officers protect the rights of individuals and maintain public confidence in the system. Strong communication skills are essential for hearing officers. They must clearly explain procedures, ask relevant questions, and write detailed decisions. Effective communication helps all parties understand the process and the reasoning behind the final outcome. Hearing officers must analyze complex information and apply legal standards to the facts of each case. Their analytical abilities allow them to weigh evidence, interpret regulations, and reach logical conclusions. This skill is vital for making fair and well-reasoned decisions. Managing hearings requires strong organizational skills. Hearing officers must keep track of schedules, evidence, and procedural requirements. Staying organized ensures that hearings run smoothly and that all necessary steps are completed on time. Hearing officers often conduct legal research to interpret statutes, regulations, and case law. This research helps them apply the correct legal standards to each case and ensures that their decisions are grounded in current law. After a hearing, the officer must write a clear and detailed decision. This document explains the facts, the applicable law, and the reasoning behind the outcome. Well-written decisions help parties understand the result and provide a record for any future appeals. Hearing officers must respect the confidentiality of sensitive information presented during hearings. They are responsible for protecting personal data and ensuring that private details are not disclosed improperly. This duty is especially important in cases involving minors, medical records, or proprietary business information. Professionalism is essential for hearing officers. They must act with integrity, treat all parties with respect, and avoid any appearance of impropriety. Upholding high standards of conduct helps build trust in the administrative process. To stay effective, hearing officers participate in ongoing training and education. This helps them keep up with changes in laws, regulations, and best practices. Continuous learning ensures that they remain competent and up-to-date in their field. Hearing officers face several challenges, such as managing complex cases, handling emotional parties, and dealing with tight deadlines. They must remain calm under pressure and make decisions based on facts, not emotions. Overcoming these challenges is part of what makes their role so important. The decisions made by hearing officers can have a profound impact on individuals' lives. Whether it's restoring a driver's license, resolving a workplace dispute, or protecting housing rights, their rulings can shape people's futures. This responsibility requires careful consideration and a commitment to fairness. Organizations are also affected by hearing officer decisions. For example, a business may face penalties for regulatory violations or have its license reinstated after a hearing. These outcomes can influence company policies, operations, and reputation. By making fair and transparent decisions, hearing officers help build public trust in government agencies. Their accountability ensures that the administrative process is respected and that individuals feel their concerns are heard and addressed. Hearing officers sometimes face ethical dilemmas, such as balancing confidentiality with the public's right to know or handling cases involving friends or former colleagues. They must navigate these situations carefully to maintain integrity and public confidence. Modern hearing officers use a variety of technological tools to manage cases, conduct virtual hearings, and store records securely. Technology streamlines the process and helps ensure that hearings are accessible and efficient. The role of hearing officers exists in many countries, though titles and procedures may vary. In some places, they're called administrative law judges or tribunal members. Despite these differences, the core function resolving disputes fairly and efficiently remains the same worldwide. Becoming a hearing officer can be a rewarding career for those interested in law and public service. Many start as attorneys, paralegals, or public administrators before moving into hearing officer roles. The position offers opportunities for growth and specialization in various fields. Successful hearing officers possess a mix of legal knowledge, analytical thinking, communication skills, and emotional intelligence. They must be able to handle complex cases, interact with diverse parties, and make fair decisions under pressure. Looking ahead, the role of hearing officers is likely to evolve with changes in technology, law, and society. Virtual hearings, artificial intelligence, and new regulations will shape how hearings are conducted and decisions are made. Staying adaptable will be key for future hearing officers. To sum up, hearing officers are impartial decision-makers who resolve disputes in administrative settings. They handle a wide range of cases, from employment and licensing to regulatory violations. Their work is guided by fairness, transparency, and a commitment to due process. By understanding their role, we gain insight into how administrative justice is served. The work of hearing officers matters because it ensures that government actions are checked, individuals' rights are protected, and disputes are resolved efficiently. Their decisions can change lives, influence organizations, and build public trust in the legal system. That's why understanding their role is so important for everyone. If you're interested in becoming a hearing officer, focus on building a strong foundation in law, public administration, or a related field. Gaining experience in legal research, case management, and dispute resolution will also help. Many agencies offer training programs and opportunities for advancement. There are many resources available for those who want to learn more about hearing officers and administrative law. Government websites, legal textbooks, and professional organizations provide valuable information and guidance. Staying informed is the first step toward understanding this important role. Thank you for joining us as we explored the role of hearing officers. Their work is vital to the fair and efficient resolution of disputes in our society. By understanding what hearing officers do and the decisions they make, we can better appreciate the importance of administrative justice and the people who uphold it.